would like to amend Board of Ed bylaws number 4. Whereas there is a required simple majority for either party on the Board of Education, whereas only a simple majority is currently required to extend the contract of key administrators, whereas this allows the most important vote of the Board of Education to control by a single party. I don't understand how we can go from a majority, which is under the parliamentary procedure, to this other number without some type of legal. I don't understand it. So I'm just going to share my opinion. I think that the board has been operating this way, and I think it's a fair way. It has always been the majority rules, and I don't understand why we're going to change it from a majority of 6 to 8.
The reason that I put this forward is because what I'm asking for is for on key personnel cabinet members. So that there's no conflict, like one group can't block another group. And when we had our discussion previously on our committee meeting, we didn't have every one of our board members at our discussions and such. And I just think that it's such an important issue, and that that these individuals really control how we work in our district. And so because of that significance, it's important that we have a super majority, that not one party can outweigh another party, even though we're nonpartisan. But basically that's what it boils down to. So
Mr. Tabasek?
Okay, I'm looking at the city council and the mayor and simple majority rules, and the mayor even recently made raises for his cabinet without even going to the city council. I'm looking at the Congress of the United States. The House of Representatives controls purse strings, etc., simple majority vote. Looking at the state legislature of Connecticut. This is putting the minority over the majority, and in a democracy, the majority should rule. Now, it has nothing to do with party and all. Hopefully we're independent enough that if something is important, we will vote our conscience.
I don't think Sandy has a hidden agenda. I think she's asking for important positions. Will you consider, and I don't know how I feel about it, will you consider that maybe a stronger majority needs to be in favor, because these are the people that we work with every single day. And the more we are aligned with and about the people that we work with every day, the more effective the board will be. I think that was the only intent here. And discussing it without worrying about how it's been or how it hasn't been, this is not an insult to how it's been, it's simply a suggestion as to whether maybe there's another way. If we don't believe there's another way, then we just say that. But I don't believe we have to constantly go back and say it's always been a certain way. Sorry, that was just a point of personal privilege.
Mr. Gianelli?
I think everything we do at every meeting when we vote, generally, as I look at it, it's done based on a consensus of votes. In many cases, or in some cases, we have committees, whether it be evaluations for finance or whatever, sites, etc. It's my understanding, being on the board, that it's that committee which is to do the grunt work, get the information, summarize it, and present it to the full board. Then we have discussion and vote upon it in terms of a general consensus on it. So also to pick this particular thing and say it's important, you go down the line and say, okay, we have a $100 million plus budget. That to me is very important too. So I think it's not necessarily an issue as to what Shirley was saying, just because it's done that way, it should be done that way. But I really don't see the need for a change if we all are here, as we're supposed to be, voting in good conscience. And I truly say to everybody, since I've been on a board, it's never been political. I've never known this board to be political. The only political thing is the party that got us here, and that's it, and that's basically where it ends.